G'day guys, welcome back to another Martial Arts Business Success podcast. And we're lucky enough today to have another guest on our show, someone who we use within our business all the time, both in our martial arts business, in our business consulting company as well. He's usually behind the scenes, but today he's in front of the camera. And we've got Raz Lavero over here, so welcome mate, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
And as always, we've got the great Graham McDonald.
Alrighty, well let's kick it on now. Raz, you've got quite a detailed past of different things you've done. You're a business owner, you've run multiple things. You've been a martial artist as a practitioner yourself, and also, in your early days, you were a professional sort of b-boy. And I know there's some people going, "What the hell's a b-boy? What is that?" Give us a summary of where you've been in your youth, and we'll sort of talk about business down the track. But tell us a little bit more about yourself.
All right, I'll start from the start. Well, to start off with, I was into martial arts. So I did it for 10 years. I got one tip off the black belt, and I'd also had a couple of classes that I was running. So that was, I guess, my first love, my first passion. And I wanted to actually pursue that for the rest of my life. But, as a teenager, you do what you do.
Life, yeah.
What does Dave Kavar say?
The fumes, right?
Perfumes.
Yeah,
exactly. And it was probably more the perfumes. But, And every decade your path sort of shifts. So then I sort of stumbled across b-boying. So for those that don't know, that's breakdancing in the commercial world. And I started doing that, and by chance, somewhere along the line, a guy picked us up and he started getting us shows, gigs, and we started teaching it. And then within the space of a few months, it became our full-time gig.
Wow.
For a period of about 5 years, where we got to travel the world with our best mates, teach, perform, compete. Next decade comes along.
How did you get yourself into business? Because I know that you've really helped us majorly with our podcast and what we do, our videos for our businesses here. What sort of got you started into business? How did you fall into that, so to speak?
Okay, yeah. So basically, after the b-boying thing, so that was a creative expression. I actually went and worked in mining and construction for 10 years. Just did the average Australian dream, or whatever you want to call it, wipe the fence, go buy the house, get a mortgage that you're going to be paying for 30 years, all that sort of stuff, all that fun stuff. I got through and done all that. And after 10 years, to be honest, I got the things I wanted out of it, and I was just feeling sort of empty. For that whole decade, I'd always thought to myself, I feel like I should be doing something more. I sort of went to the drawing board, and I decided, I'm going to start my own business. Now, I looked at everything that I could do. I used to do martial arts, but that was like many lifetimes ago. I did b-boying. Because I was already 30 plus, the whole b-boying thing, you have a lifespan on how long you can do that.
Yeah, we understand.
It's a very, very high explosive sort of a sport.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it correctly, which I didn't do correctly for quite a few years, your body actually suffers the consequence. And then I thought about it, and me and my brothers, we're also musicians, and we love creating stuff. And I thought, I'll take a look at this video landscape, because I knew I could make a good video. I also knew that video didn't just bridge into the hip hop community or the music community. It also went into advertising. So I knew that there was other spaces I could attack with it.
Yeah.
And when you're looking at starting a business, obviously one of those things is monetizing your idea. So video was the one, and at the same time, there's no heavy lifting in it.
Brilliant. Now, look, mate, what do you think? Because you've been around the traps now for quite a while with what you do. What have you seen has really been the standout for different businesses in recording? And what I mean by that is what makes a good video? What makes you stand out from the crowd when somebody is looking to engage with someone to make a video for them? Is there any key factors that you want to make sure you include to make sure that you pop versus the competitor next door?
Yeah, well, there is. Well, I guess the first thing you could probably do is you could probably contact me at S Productions.
Hey, nice plug. We'll plug it again, don't worry.
Yeah, but I think now there's many different forms of video that you can use. Now there's what you call amateur video or personal video. That's using video on social media and stuff like that. Now, Facebook has got they've got like a Facebook Live that they do now, and you've got Snapchat where you're doing live videos. Now those kind of videos is what I call amateur videos, because it doesn't have a professional setup, but you get to get that one-on-one interaction with your clientele, and it gives them a more personal connection with you. Now, if you're looking at advertising and you're trying to, one, build a brand, but also solidify the integrity of your brand. You really need to inject some sort of professional help.
Yeah.
Just like if you want to get stronger, you go hire a coach. If you want to get better at business, you go hire a business coach, or you go do some seminars, some motivational seminars. Same with video. If you there are many ways that you can do videos yourselves on your phones and your GoPros and stuff like that. But if you really want that next level, you need to seek out professional help. Now there's a few key factors. It's in the equipment that you use. It's also how you put things together, so I could probably put together a full advertising video for you guys on an iPhone and people wouldn't know the difference. It's just about how you sort of integrate your music, integrate your interchanges in how you take your shot, what's in the screen, what you actually put onto the video for that 30 seconds or a minute, it's all key. It's all vital.
A question, and I know the answer because I've done some videoing and, sort of bootstrapping in that area myself a little bit, and I think what people get in business is they think like say, it's going to cost that much for a professional video, I'll do it myself, but the quality is terrible. You have to spend hours doing it, and then however long you do your videoing, it's like quadruple the amount of hours of editing. You know what I mean? And so like when I look at the whole time spectrum and the investment in getting a professional like yourself to come do it, it's a no-brainer. Like I know because we've had conversations of people going, I'll do it myself. What do you see as, I guess, the pitfalls and the gains, I guess, from using a service for doing it yourself? Obviously, not as good a product, but I guess what's the end result for a business if they just go and do their own B grade, C grade video versus invest a little bit more money and get something professional right from
Okay, I think what it really knuckles down to when people utilize videos for their business, whether it's martial arts or whether it is, usually the end result is either to gain traction, to increase conversion, and probably more than likely if you're in business, it's to increase sales. Right? So when you look at it from that perspective, it's about ROI, your return on investment. So let's say, for instance, you can go try and do one on your phone and it might be okay, but you don't exactly know all the different techniques that you need to know to actually get the right engagement for when people are actually watching. You might, the risk of that is that your business will suffer, so you might have a really, really, a really, really good business like you guys, like Waymo, 3 schools, more loads of members and all that sort of stuff, and everything's good. Then you go and do an iPhone video, and all of a sudden anyone that watches it thinks, they're just that like backyard job down the road. You know what I mean? So there's the image side of it for your branding and for your reputation. But then if you're looking at advertising your business, I would definitely, not just because I do it as a job, but I'd definitely recommend getting at least 1 or 2 professional videos, every 6 or 12 months, just to make sure that you that you're sending that message across in the most effective way. And I can guarantee, I won't guarantee it, but a lot of virtually all of my clients that have used my video service have all gained positive results after going live with their videos. And if that's any constitute for anyone that's asking the question, that's a positive ROI.
Just quickly, because I know I'm doing a lot of videos myself. We're talking about Snapchat, Instagram stories, Facebook Live, and that for the guys out there who are thinking, what sort of video do we do? Like, I know that they're important because I sort of see them as behind the scenes. It's behind the door view of your business and your life. And then once they go, that's pretty cool, it's interesting, and then they go, what's next? And then they see the professional view video.
Yes.
So you can also use that professional view video as also marketing, and so there's no better way to market your business than online right now. And video is just kicking freaking ass more than anything. Because we just to clarify, like for example, we're shooting a video now, so we've got a video, we can get audio, and we can get transcriptions from that. So to market your business, man, that's just a no-brainer to do a video.
So going on with Snapchats and Facebook Lives and even Instagram stories and stuff like that. Now it is very effective to do these selfie videos to give out information. As I said, it's a personal connection that people get to have with it because there's a time and place for professional video, right? And then there's also a time and place on the social landscape, and being that it's a social media landscape, people aren't. Sometimes they just want to see a real person on the other end of the camera.
Yeah.
In some cases, if you use professional videos in the wrong spot, it can sometimes work against you because people will get scared away.
Yeah.
But what I have found is a lot of people, such as yourselves and other businesses, are getting in there with their Facebook Lives, their Instagram stories, their Snapchats, especially Snapchat, because that's a new platform, and a lot of businesses are driving a lot of traffic as well as a lot of sales and revenue through that stream.
Hey guys, look, something I've observed, and I definitely know this with how we operate and chatting amongst ourselves many times, is these Instagram stories and the Snapchats are again great fillers. I wouldn't recommend that should just your be all and end all. I know that we spend a lot of time and really see some great ROI with professional videos, because at the end of the day, when you look at your website, or if it is a social media platform that is a professional way that people search you out, you want to put your best foot forward. And I know as a professional business, and we're talking professional, we're not just a hobby shop. We don't want to just come across as cheap and nasty, and that's something we really hold ourselves accountable to. And it's for you guys listening and the viewers here, you've got to understand, what do you want your business to look like? How do you want to be perceived for someone who doesn't know anything about you? Do you want to just be one of those fillers, or just the other guys down the street, or do you want to stand out from the crowd? And really that's where I think both of those sort of social media forums and also professional videos can work hand in hand. And I know that we definitely on a regular basis work on getting tons of professional videos, because really what it does, it gives you your best foot forward, and it can be used in so many different ways. So look, I can't recommend it highly enough. Now, this is sort of part one with our good man Raz here. What we're going to do next time, we're talking a little bit more about some strategies on, really kind of utilizing and understanding about video, or at least media, and martial arts, and being able to sort of work together hand in hand, because I know that scares a few people out there. If you do it wrong, it can hurt your business more than if you do it right. So that's something we'll talk about in part 2. So till then, we'll look forward to catching you guys soon.
Cool guys, yeah, like as always, we're always looking for more information and tips, strategies and tools to be able to provide you with the information you need to grow your business, because that's why we're here. We're not just doing this because we like to hear the sound of our own voices. Well, Graham does. Graham does, but no, all jokes aside, we're here because we just love to talk about what we love, and by also sharing what we know, it also helps us improve our knowledge and our ability to grow our business as well. All our managers, all our instructors listen to our own podcast. And they utilize the strategies, because sometimes we actually are creating strategies within this podcast. So if you send us a question or a thought or a discovery, and we'll just rattle it out, you never know, we might come up with something amazing that can change the landscape of your business. So please get us an email at admin@timo.com.au. If you're interested in jumping online and seeing our content, you can do that at the website as well, which is timo.com.au, and we just love to help out. So thank you very much, guys. Go kill it this week.
Before you go, I want to give this guy one more plug. If someone wants to search you, where do they go to?
All right, so if you're looking to get video for your business, or a video for any idea, whether you're a hobbyist or whatever, contact me at www.sproductions.com.au.
All right, till next time.
All right, guys, ciao. Have a great week.